Millennial Gaze.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? It's your girl, May Money, and it is a happy Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Day. It is a nice, beautiful, like almost 70 degrees out here in Oakland, California. Say what's up, Katie.
Oh man, I'm so jealous. We've got tomorrow. The wind chill is supposed to be 10.
Okay, I don't even know what that feel like, and I don't want to. Okay, I'll let you know that right now. I do not have clothes to help facilitate that type of weather.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it's real cold. Hi,
yeah.
Jazzy.
Hey, Jazzy. Hey.
So real quick, I thought of Jazzy right away after the Michael Cohen stuff
Oh yeah.
because she was when she was one of the people in the one episode we were talking about Michael Cohen, and she was just like, "Oh, I don't trust him," and I was like, "Okay." Then I heard all this stuff, and I'm like, "Yep, okay." I'm thinking of Jazzy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Um. Yeah. So, I'm a little kind of processing a lot right now at the same time. So I got the homie Katie to hold me down, but I do want to kind of let them know what I did today and why I have this flower today. So I went to a memorial for one of my very close friends that I grew up with his dad, and it was very beautiful. It was a celebration of life. It wasn't like a look at dead body and cry and things like that. It was very like musical and just nice. But unfortunately I didn't find out. I found out something really sad, and so I just want to kind of let you guys know how I'm feeling. I didn't find out that my friend Elena, who I met that family through, passed away 5 years ago during COVID until today. So I am processing that quite a bit. But I'm still here for y'all, and I'm not really ready to kind of lay down and go through the emotions that I'm feeling yet. So that's why I still kind of came on and am still doing this show because yeah, I'm just not ready to go there yet. But yeah, my dear friend has been gone for a while and I didn't even know about it. And there are a lot of other friends that don't know either. So I'm going to have to share that information with them as well. So, but yeah, it was a very close family that, I grew up with a single mom. And so I spent a lot of time over there with them at their house with Brad, who was the dad of the house, and they just are just music people and just really lovely family. And they took me in like I was their own, and I grew up with them, and both of them will be very missed. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. That's kind of where I'm feeling. So if I look a little weird or puffy or break down into tears randomly, that's kind of what I'm going through. Anywho.
So something that I'm so sorry again for your losses, and especially in today's society, family doesn't always mean blood. It's those who love and support you no matter what. I read something about, because I myself have had to deal with a lot of loss in my life, and over this weekend was the unfortunate anniversary of when my grad school professor passed away, and it's been 7 years, and it still feels like yesterday. And grief is not something that goes away. It's something that we learn to live with.
Mm-hmm.
And you are allowed as much time, and whatever you feel is valid. And don't ever let anybody tell you that it's not, or it's not, like something's not enough for some. Everything you're feeling is valid, and nobody can even imagine like putting themselves in other people's shoes. We're all here for you, and you're getting lots of positive comments in the chat. So we thank you all for that.
Yeah, and I really wanted to do the show because y'all really do help me through all of this, and I really like being with y'all, and I feel comforted being around y'all. And I know I look a little fucked up right now, but like I really mean it when I say that like I wanted to do the show today, even through how I'm feeling. Because I'm going through a little bit of shock. Like my friend has been gone for a while now, and I didn't even know. And um, and I just wanted to be with y'all today instead, because y'all make me feel better.
I feel
So,
that.
and
Absolutely.
so will this blunt. But yes, that all aside, that's what's going on. Like, comment, share, subscribe, bring a friend. This is why we love this community. We are all here together to, be together. And so we got a lot to talk about today. A lot of things to inform you about that a lot of people are not talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't care how big and bad a lot of these people are in the independent media sphere, but they are missing a lot. And so we are here to tell you about some shit that you missed. So you ready, Katie?
Oh, and it doesn't help either that I don't even know if it's even something we could even blame on just independent media, because there is so much happening
Mm-hmm.
on purpose. So it's like, how can you catch all of it when literally like this country is burning?
Can I say one thing before we go into it though?
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing that I guess I would like to warn or just kind of put out there in the ethers. It is very easy for independent media journalists and things to become the mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy. Look at what happened to the Young Turks. I started watching the news from the Young Turks, like back like before the pandemic. That like John Idarola and Francesca Fiorentini and J.R. Jackson on the Damage Report. Those were the people that I watched every day.
Oh, I didn't know Francesca was on there.
Yeah, on a weekly basis with John Idarola.
Mm.
She absolutely was. And that's they were the ones that brought me into even being interested in the news and interested in independent media. And yeah, and look what happened to them. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah.
So
Just want to give.
but I'm not saying John with the Damage Report. Please remove him from whatever the fuck Anna and Jank got going on, because he is
Mm-hmm.
definitely not that. Okay, like, and I want to make that very clear. And with J.R. Jackson, the same, and even Francesca, the same. Like, they are not whatever Jank and Anna got going on. That's their own thing. But I really do think that a lot of independent media people are on the danger zone of being enticed by the money or whatever it is, the followers and stuff,
I
and
think. I
it can turn into something that they didn't start out as, I guess you could say.
I think what gets dangerous is when the independent media people start really mixing in the mainstream media. So
Right.
like I've seen Jank on that Abby Phillips debate show. I've seen um and then like Tim Miller
Adam
does the
Mockler's been on there, who I really
Jen
like.
Welsh. Jen Welsh has been on there. And
Right.
it's just a matter of being careful and sticking to your guns and sticking to your
Exactly.
values. Now
It's a major danger zone for sure.
when I've seen Adam and Jen on, they're themselves. They don't change like what they do or what they say. But Jank is one of those that's very wishy washy. And I was watching him on. I think that the I've Had It ladies had him on recently, and it was very interesting because the last time I saw him in an interview, I think it was with It was with the guy from Secular Talk. Kyle and his wife have like a Crystal Kyle and Friends or something, and like they got into some heated stuff. But I also found out that Jank is Hassan Piker's uncle.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yes,
There were
they
a
are
few
shapeshifters.
things with that. That's a whole nother can of worm. Whatever can of worms. I don't know why I say that, but I've said it multiple times. But
It's a phrase.
yeah,
What is
but
it?
basically what I say is that first of all, the true colors come out. I've always thought Jank was loud and annoying. Like I never really fucked with him or liked him. I never really liked Anna. I thought she was obnoxious, and I didn't really like. I would actually sometimes turn off John's show when she was on there as a guest. Like I'd be like, oh, this bitch. Like, okay, click off. You know what I mean? I'll watch tomorrow. So, but like I say, the Young Turks umbrella does have good people under it, and I really do want people to know that before you just cast all of them out. It's just Chank and Anna. Everybody else that I've seen on work with them are amazing people, and the reason why I'm here today doing what I'm doing right now. So, anywho, that was a little bit of a sidebar. You ready?
Yep.
Hey everybody, good to see you. I'm in a little bit of a mourning here today. Mourning some really close friends, but I want to be here with y'all. So I think our millennial minutes start with. Let me pull up the doc. I forgot to load that, but let's start our millennial minutes.
Black woman's words are the reason why we have the I Have a Dream speech. Most people think I Have a Dream was planned. It wasn't. By the time Martin Luther King Jr. stepped up to the podium at the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, he had already had in fact, that his advisors told him not to use it again. The original draft of the speech wasn't even called I Have a Dream. It was entitled Normalcy, Never Again. See justice and what America should look like after civil rights were achieved. But then something happened. As King spoke, standing just behind him was legendary gospel singer Mahalia Jackson. And she called out to him, "Tell them about the dream, Martin." So he did. King put his prepared speech aside and improvised the most famous part of the speech, the part we all know today.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And
so remember, a black woman's word.
I have a dream.
Very fun. A few fun facts. So another thing about MLK, I listened to his speech the day before he died. He had a speech the day before he was killed. I don't know the name of it, but if you just look up MLK speech day before he died, 1967, some shit like that, April something. Anywho, look that up. That speech was like my mom, she was like, it's going to be on KPFA this morning, and she was like, it's almost like he like time traveled and was talking about us today. So I highly recommend y'all watch the MLK speech from the day before he died. I don't even know the exact date. Actually, I could look it up right now, but I'm a little lazy. But look that shit up. What do you think about do you have anything else with the MLK? Sorry, I just pulled up the doc.
I mean, just something I've been seeing online was basically like, I hope that none of these MAGA people even try to quote anything about MLK today, because they're doing exactly the opposite of everything he wanted.
Yeah. That
they compare Charlie Kirk to like their own personal MLK, which I think is just disgusting and vile.
Absolutely. And you know that they always quote MLK all the time, but they only take one part of the speech. Judge not only not by your color of your skin, but by your character. That's like literally the only part of the speech that they fucking even know. That's the only part that I have a dream, and judge not by your color of your skin, but by the character. And that's it. They didn't listen to anything around there. There's no context clues anywhere with these people. Okay. So just so
Jazzy,
you know.
Jazzy says, I'll never forget that AI image I saw of Charlie Kirk, MLK, and Jesus. I shook my head for several minutes. Here's the big question. Was Jesus white in that photo?
Probably was. I'm gonna let you know. Stay off that white Jesus, bro. Motherfucker is crazy, bro. Not good for anybody. That white Jesus has done terrible things for society, okay? Hey, take Mexican Jesus over white Jesus. Or take Allah. Take Buddha. Take, I don't know. Who's a Jewish guy? What's his name? I don't know. Abraham. Anybody but white Jesus, okay?
People
That's
don't
just
realize.
me. This is out of love. White Jesus is not good for you. Okay? All right. Just so you know.
They don't even realize that Jesus was Jewish.
Oh, yeah. He had some of this. Jazzy, so this is what I did today. This is how I got my hair done today. It took me really fast to do. I will give you step by step, girl, so you can come out here popping and pop a flower. You feel me? They think Jesus is American. I know. And if he was American, he would be Native American, which we will get into.
Yeah, Bonita brings up a good point. They forget maps where people come from.
These people can't even fucking read, bro. All right. This is our Native American, honoring the Native American kind of a lot of that segment. Wait, Katie, hold on. What doc are you looking at here?
Millennial Gaze 42.
Okay. Do you see the Julia Roberts and MLK? Did you see that?
Yeah, the first video was what popped up.
And then we got okay. So okay, I figured out what's going on with that. I'm sorry guys, this is a little behind the scenes stuff, but I figured out why my links are different. It's because I send them from the from May Money account to the Millennial Gaze, and I'm opening up. It's a whole thing, but I've noticed why the links sometimes are different. And I figured it out. So just keep going. Sorry guys, that was a little bit of a side thing.
Okay.
So that is some of our native family. Apparently, you can pause it, or yeah. That is some of our native family who are being attacked right now. We're gonna go a little bit more into that. I kind of fucked up the doc, you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know. But yeah, the natives have been getting attacked, but that was a soldier who found himself at a powwow and went ahead and did the powwow thing. And I just think it's so beautiful to see our native people. I'm also have a little bit of native blood in me, mostly black, but I do have, like, my great grandma is a Tuscarora Indian. So but they out in like Virginia and in that area.
Tuscarora is kind of out here.
Yeah, they're over there. Like, my whole family is kind of isolated on the West Coast. We're very small over here, but we've been out here though. You feel me? Oh, thank you, Dally. Oops. Oh, you guys are far too kind. Come on now, don't butter me up. Don't ham me up. Don't do that. Save the
Girl,
compliment
you
for
deserve to be
Angela.
buttered up.
Oh man, turn me into a little buttercup. Okay. But yeah, and I also wanted to forefront during our Millennial Minutes, just like a few other people like Malcolm X, I think or Muhammad Ali, we got next, right? Oh no, Asata, no, Kathleen Cleaver. There we go.
Violence is a very non-functional approach in a society that's based entirely on organized force and violence. A country was created in violence, land was taken in violence, society that's perpetuating itself through violence in the ghettos, in Vietnam, in Africa, wherever you look. There's organized force and violence at work to maintain the society. There's a world of difference between 20 million unarmed people and 20 million people organized and armed to the gills. That's power. Nonviolence is a very non-functional approach.
Her eyes, first of all, are stunning. I don't know if y'all like peep that, but like there's something about her eyes that is very like just gorgeous. But that was Kathleen Cleaver. I looked her up a little bit. Just very powerful part of the movement.
I don't know if she looks like Chloe.
No, Khloe Kardashian wanted to look like her. That's what that is.
There you go. I was gonna say because none of that looks fake on her.
Exactly. But one of the very strong women that were a part of the movement, and what I wanted to showcase not only Martin Luther King, but also like the other people that were alongside him, because I feel like he would want us to know more than just about him. I feel like the movement was about everybody at that time, and so I wanted to kind of show more people today. Let's go to the next one.
Cassius Clay, Army. Will you please step forward and be inducted into the Armed Forces of the United States?
You'll have another chance in a few minutes to reconsider and be inducted. You'll go back in that room, they'll call your name, and they'll tell you once again to take.
I'm against the war in Vietnam. I've said on occasions in the press, I don't think black people, I don't think they should go to Vietnam and fight Asian yellow people who've never lynched us, raped us, called us niggas, deprived us of freedom, justice, equality, for the same white man who's not freeing us right here in America. Really, my conscience won't allow me to go. Although I won't have to go. You offer me deals where probably I don't have to fight, or I could have it easier. I do like Joe Louis did. But still, I know that you're using me to lead other people to the service, which is leading to slaughter, and my conscience will still bother me. Sir, I'd just rather go to jail.
Hey, I feel that shit, bro. Me too.
Oh,
like, you know what?
Damn.
Jail sound way better than whatever the fuck y'all got going on over there, for real.
I love that.
I feel that. I would probably choose the same thing.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So another fun fact, if you look up the name Cassius and the meaning of it, it means pretty much like empty helmet. And so I can understand why he changed his name to Muhammad. Yeah. But yeah, Muhammad Ali was dope. I had a Assata Shakur thing, but I don't think I put that one in the doc. But I just wanted to share some of these, just real, like some doodads about Black American history. We're actually coming up on, Black History Month. And I think that we need to really be paying attention to our Black history, because that's a really good way for us to start finding solutions to get out of the problems that we are in, is if we study Black history. We have to, because they're the only ones that were able to stop this shit. So we need to learn from the people that stopped it. You know what I mean? And so we need to know what they were up to, what they were doing, how they did it. And then, yes, of course, we have technology and new developments, and we are dealing with different people and different types in different ways. But that doesn't mean that we can't take every resource from before, and use it and to make sure we get through this. So I'm trying to educate the fuck out of y'all, pretty much, you know. All right, who's next?
The Katniss thing.
Oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting, you guys.
Either I can't remember what tribe she, like, I don't remember if it was a specific tribe or she was supposed to be one of the, I think it's Malungian people from the Appalachian Mountains, but she's not supposed to be a white girl. And when it comes to this, I was getting hot, had to tie this up. White women are not the ones leading the causes that actually create global change. Not by and large. Not by and large. And when it comes to especially that genre, that time frame of allegorical fiction, there were a lot of this what little white girl is going to change the world, when in reality that's not the demo that's actually initiating the change. That's the demo that tends to listen. I have white friends. There's a lot of I like a lot of white people, and I think we can all agree that when it comes to who is the closest, who benefits the most from white supremacy outside of the white man, and we see it time and time and time again, white women will sell out their counterparts for an approximation to whiteness, for an approximation to power, to esteem, to position. She said, I don't want to make people, I don't want to disrupt the potential of me getting work. I don't want to disrupt. I want to continue to create art in fascism, in rising fascism. And I don't want people to look at me and say, oh, well, she's not about fascism, so maybe I might not watch this movie. So I'm going to take a couple steps back, because that's what Katniss would do, right? Katniss would take a couple steps back. Okay, I'm going to take a couple steps back, so that way people aren't going to make that association with me. But look at all that I'm doing. Look at me on screen. Isn't that nice? Yes, she did a great job of playing Katniss Everdeen. She's not about that life. I don't know her personally.
Oh, now she was talking about Jennifer Lawrence.
So no, that's who she was talking about pretty much the entire time. I highly recommend watching that entire video because it's very, very good. We'll make sure to put it in the description.
She's right though. What was it? Susan Collins made the Pan Am about the United States. It's basically the United States, and where District 12 was, I believe it's like where I am
or something.
It's like
it's like over near you on the east.
Yeah, it's like Pennsylvania, New York. It's, as she stated, where a lot of tribes, Native American.
I would be in District 4,
and I think
the one with the one where Finnick was, or where the fishermen and shit. Because I'm over here near the water.
The books are better, except I will say that
I like the movies and the books. I've read both and seen
the
both.
movie. The Mockingjay movie makes up for the books. The best book, I think, is Catching Fire. The best movie is Catching Fire too. Yeah, but the Mockingjay book is not that great, but the movie is good.
The movie is really good. I agree with you. I thought I was the only one that thought that, Katie.
No, most of the Hunger
I
Games,
agree with you on that.
Most of the Hunger Games fandom doesn't like the last book.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I like the movie. And then Catching Fire is my favorite movie and book. And then I just love the start of the story. I just love the start of the story. I love Rue, so you get all the Rue.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
Deanna says she's also a Catching Fire fan.
Yeah, see. The ones who know, you know what I'm saying?
When I read, there's this one follower I follow on Facebook who has he's read the books, but then it's like his reactions to watching the movies. It is so funny. Some of the stuff. And his wife or girlfriend or whatever is in the background going, baby, you knew this was going to happen. And he's like, I don't care. It still hurts just as much.
Dude, I cry every time I watch those movies. Same with Lord of the Rings. I cry every time I see Dobby die. You know, I mean, every time. When the Ride of the Rohirrim goes by, I cry. You know, it's just leave me alone, you guys. I be crying at shit that I read and stuff and watch. Like, that's where I get my crying out. I don't cry in situations that much. You know what I mean? I don't cry in situations like in real life as much as I should, but like that's where I really get it out is when I watch something or read something.
You should have been with me. You should have been with me when I watched the Stranger Things finale. I think I started crying about halfway through, and at one point it was maybe 15 minutes to the end of the movie, the show, and my husband's just like, "Are you still crying?" I'm like, "I don't even know why at this point."
I cried for like 2 weeks when Bellamy died in the 100. Oh my god, spoiler alert. My bad, guys.
I have not read that.
I did. I cried for literally 2 weeks. I would just randomly break down into tears. Also, I was really upset. Actually, if you go on my YouTube channel, May Money in the Building, I have a whole reaction video, a rant about when Bellamy Blake died in the 100, and I was so distraught and upset that I would just randomly break out into tears like while I was like working and shit.
Yes, democracy.
Oh, okay, democracy. I see you up in here. Hey, are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man? They say he'll murder 3. Strange things have happened, yeah, no stranger could it be. When we met up at midnight in the hanging tree. That shit a slapper, bro.
I love one of the things I love about those movies was in Mockingjay when they were like trying to make her kind of like corporate and shit, and they'd be like, "Yeah, read these lines," and she'd just be like, and then they take the camera. They take the camera out when they're in the one village with the hospital or whatever, and then it's just like the realism and
you knew, bro. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are just giving me the biggest hug. I needed that today. For everybody that's new, I am going through a little bit. I was at a memorial and found out a really bad news that my friend passed away, that I grew up with, passed away a few years ago, and I didn't even know. And her dad, I went to her dad's memorial and found that out today. It was crazy, but I'm so happy that you guys are all here, because I really do feel happy when I'm around you guys and telling you guys what's going on. You know what I mean? Anywho, you ready for the next?
I'm ready for the next segment.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Messages for Christy Nome. And if you're not Christy Nome, thank God for that. And you can keep scrolling. Christy, bitch, did you really think you were going to get away with kidnapping and holding for hostage 3 Native American men while you pressured their tribe to enter into a raggedy-ass contract with DHS? Babe, you have lost the plot completely if you have to hold your own American citizens as political prisoners to get what you want. And now I'm hearing that the Lakota are gearing up to fight an invasion of ICE on tribal lands, which is a violation of our treaties. I don't know if you smacked your head on the ground and that's how you came up with this idea, or maybe it's because you were dropped as a baby, or maybe the Botox is seeping into your brain and melting it. But I know that this is just the beginning, because I know you've gone to the Choctaw and now you're trying to get them to let you build a raggedy ass detention center on their land. And I know that you're planning on going to Arizona. And babe, I did not find that memo cute, because that's where my tribe is. And you are not going to come on my land, take my people, hold them hostage. It's not going to happen. And in the words of Erica Kirk, stop. Now, I know you've tried this before, and that's why I'm saying it's just the beginning, because you went down to Florida and built alligator Alcatraz, and the court shut you down. That was incredibly satisfying, by the way. Then you went to the Potawatomi Prairie Band and tried to give them $30 million to let you build a detention center on their land, and they thought about it, and they said, go f*** yourself. And now you're trying to take Minnesota by force. I know that this is personal for you. I know that your flat ass was banned from 8 or 9 tribes in South Dakota when you were governor down there because you talked shit, you ran your mouth and tried to say that tribes were associated with cartels, which is and so they banned you, and that was the right move. None of us want you on our lands, and we are not going to back down. You were just creating a bigger fight, and you were just dragging this country in a way that it will never come back from. The Native Americans are the original citizens of this land, and our treaties matter, and our sovereignty is important. And for the rest of the people out there, I need you to elevate this and not stop talking about it, because we are just the first. When they violate the first citizens of this country, the rest of you are on the menu. That is what is going to happen. So we all need to talk about it, and we need to continue to talk about it, and we need to make sure that everyone is standing with Native Americans. If you're a patriot, you're standing with Native Americans, and we cannot let this continue. This message is for Christy.
Bitch, did you hear her? Bitch, did you hear her? Christy, hello? Christy, bitch, are you there? She was talking to your dumb ass. She said that she got smoke for your ass if you really trying to pull up. Don't do it.
I was gonna say, like, isn't she was the governor of South Dakota, and don't the Dakotas have like some of the largest tribes of Native Americans? Like, I mean, they're all over the country, but like that's a big area for like
this bitch. Christina, you are going to fucking prison. You are going to fucking prison. I'm gonna make sure that is the last thing I fucking see before I die. You are going to prison. You will be held accountable for this fucking evilry, bro. Don't fuck with my Native American people, bro. Don't do it. Do not do it.
Just don't listen to that guy.
Black people and natives, we like this, bro. We like this.
Just don't listen to that one guy in the Jubilee debates with Mehdi, where he's like, no, the white people are Native American. No, they're not. Nope.
You can pull your Botox filled ass over here if you want to. I don't
y'all ever watch Pocahontas? These white men are dangerous.
Really are. Let's keep going.
They do not care. ICE, this regime, they don't care if you speak English or Spanish. They don't care if you're Lakota. They don't care if you're Nawa. They don't care if you're Dene. They don't care if you're Quechua. They don't care if you're Blackfoot. They don't care. They could look at a lineup of us and see no difference. Because at the end of the day, they would be looking at an indigenous person who they want gone. So we see this, and what do? Well, we continue to reach across these colonial borders, these imaginary lines on imaginary maps, and strengthen our solidarity as indigenous peoples of the Americas. You know, if you're a Nawa person and you see them going after Lakota people, you need to go, hell no, those are my relatives, man. What are you doing? And vice versa. If you're a Lenape person and they're going after someone who's Quechua, you go, hell no, those are my relatives. And we need to continue holding space for each other in community as we all are being collectively traumatized by the terroristic acts of this regime that seem to worsen with every passing day. We need to be there for each other. We need to facilitate each other's healing. We need to keep demanding non-compliance from our leadership. And I see it. And I see relatives out there holding space for each other, having each other's back, being welcoming, being loving. And it gives me hope. You know, it's that eagle and condor, you know, when they fly, when they fly together, it's something truly special. A lot of things are happening. A lot of
Okay, you're there. I was like, May, are you there?
Oh no, I was just listening. I was just very. You remember how we were kind of mesmerized by that other dude that was speaking the last episode? I felt the same way. He was just speaking right to me, man. Like very powerful words there from that young man.
Jazz, you bring up a good point. I used to love Pocahontas, but it never hit me how deeply gross the English people were in that movie, calling the Americans savages.
I mean, I still love that movie very much. Yeah.
Oh no,
But
it's so funny because I think recently Disney put out like an Instagram or a post that was like, describe a quote that describes how you're feeling right now, and it's all this woke shit, like from Pocahontas, like these white men are dangerous. There was one of Captain Von Trapp ripping up the Nazi flag, and people
Oh,
were
I
like,
love that one. Oh, I love Sound of Music. Oh, I love that
and
movie.
people were like, y'all, I don't think Disney realizes how woke it actually is.
Savages, savages, barely even human. How high does the sycamore grow?
Yeah, that movie, that's one of those like really underrated movie soundtracks.
Hey, that whole soundtrack slap, bro. I used to have like all of the, I was just telling Niall about this. I have like I used to have Mulan soundtrack, Lion King, Aladdin, I think I had Pocahontas too, and there was another one that I had that I didn't really like that much. Oh, Beauty and the Beast. I had that one as well. I mean, I like it, but I didn't like listen to it. Oh, and I had Prince of Egypt, but I had like a whole set of all the Disney soundtracks, along with each and every Disney movie VHS. Like I still have
the greatest Disney movie soundtrack. The greatest Disney movie soundtrack of all time is Hunchback, and I Will Die on That Hill.
Oh, that's my favorite Disney movie. Oh, that's my favorite Disney movie. I wish I could do a reaction video to that movie, but I've seen it so many times it wouldn't be a reaction. It would have to just be commentary. But
I was gonna say it would be more commentary at this point. But like, like that movie is so underrated. And when I went to Disney for the first time, you know how like all the little girls are like, I want to find my princess. I wanted to find Quasimodo. Girl, I found Quasimodo and I was like 4, and I was like, you're my hero. Like that's
Katie, why are you speaking like you're literally, let me tell you this story because you're just like speaking to me right now. So like, you know, we had your friends and we would all choose our Disney princesses. So everybody, like my friend chose like my friend Rosie was Mulan, and Maya was Jasmine, Amy was Amethyst was I think Pocahontas, and they gave me Tiana, and I hadn't even seen that movie before. And I was like, no, I'm not Tiana. I was like, nah, I'm Esmeralda. Fuck that. I'm Esmeralda. I ain't even no princess, bro. They call me a racist slur the entire. She's the baddest one out of all y'all, bro. For real. Like literally, like physically too. Like she's like literally the prettiest Disney drawn character, I think. And the movie slap, and literally like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, you guys. I'm sorry, we went off on a tangent, but I love this fucking movie so much. If you haven't seen it, please watch it.
They're having their own Disney chat in the chat.
Yeah.
Comforters and
cool, good.
Music.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you guys are having fun. Dude, it's so dark. It's so dark.
It is, and of course, when I got older, I realized Frollo was literally singing a song about having a boner.
Yeah, Hellfire, and that's the best villain song. Dark Fire.
I love that song because it goes from Heaven's Light, which is like, oh my gosh, I think I found love, to end of the world.
Dude, like, we should do a reaction. We should watch it and like do like a watch along and just watch it, or like play some songs and something. Or I know how to edit out reaction videos. It just takes a little bit of time, but we can do that if you want. Sounds like a fun.
That someday. Like that is just. That movie just, it hits. And I mean, I've driven around literally to the soundtrack without like the vocal songs on it. And like one of my favorite musical moments in that whole movie and in my entire life is when he's like showing Esmeralda around Notre Dame. And then he gets to the best part, which is like the view of Paris.
Oh, the view.
And like the chords and stuff that hit there always just it gets me every time. And I got to go to Notre Dame not a long time ago. In 2012, I got to go to Notre Dame, and like I lit a candle inside of it and stuff, and I just was like I had some friends from college with me because it was a school trip, and I am like breaking down, like crying, like hot mess express, and they're all just like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "But I don't know."
The bells of Notre Dame.
Greatest opening song of
so good.
Like you just hear the timpani at the beginning go, ba-da-boom, ba-da-da, and you're like, oh,
it's like, oh shit, this is about to be a movie, bitch. Like, what's about to go down? It starts off like that. Yeah.
So Jazzy, have you seen the new live action Little Mermaid? Because she is not white, and boy, did those MAGA people have just a field day.
That was a whole shit show. Oh,
anyway,
we need to just do a whole episode where we just kind of talk again. I think we should bring that up soon because I could go all day, and I totally forgot that we had a whole show going. But hey, fuck it, we're hanging out with y'all.
It's the ADHD for me.
Yeah, we're hanging out with y'all. We're still on Millennial Minutes, so it's okay.
No, we're on our first main segment.
We did move on. Sorry, guys. Yeah. What do we have? Let's see. We might be able to skip a few things just for time's sake.
What's next? Civil War Unresolved. We got Riggs.
Oh, you know what? You need to play that Civil War Unresolved because that's actually very important. And then we can actually pretty much skip the rest of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dear America, no one is illegal on stolen land.
Oh,
the country is built on broken promises.
Is it this one?
Let me go back to the other screen. Oh my God, what am I doing? I have this nice mouse that would move me around so much faster. Okay. Is it this one? No, it's not. Hold on one second. One second, Katie. Civil War Unresolved. Do you see Civil War Unresolved?
Yeah, that's this.
That's that one. There.
That's the Riggs one.
Can you play it because I think it might go to somebody else. I think he introduces somebody. That's why I'm confused. Can you just play it for a second?
And let's discuss another side.
What Americans are dealing with right now is not the 1930s. It's not Germany. It's not the Gestapo. It is the South. The Civil War was never fully resolved. This struggle and the divide between Americans that we are seeing right now is 100% the Christian nationalist South versus the rest of America. It is the South versus the Union all over again. And that is a fundamental reality that I think a lot of us need to start acknowledging sooner rather than later. ICE does not behave like the Gestapo. ICE behaves like the police department. And where does the police come from? They come from the slave catching industry that rose up when slaves were escaping to the Union, when there was proto-Balkanization of the United States. And half of the United States was operating with one set of laws and one set of ethics, and the other half of the United States was operating with another. All of it inevitably culminating into a massive civil war. And that is the same exact thing that we are seeing today. Because the thing we have to realize about 1930s Germany is that they were overwhelmingly popular. The Yahtzee party was popular. A vast majority of Germany supported their ideologies and what they were doing. And yes, we can definitely glean a lot of insight into what's currently happening by finding those parallels to what happened in the 30s. But that's not what's happening now. We are in Civil War Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, The Reckoning. Sure. We never actually punished the South. We never actually illegalized slavery. We simply transformed these things and then told the people of the South to operate covertly. We told people with those bigoted ideologies and those highly classist ideologies to operate more covertly if they wanted to operate within the American system. Because at the end of the day, slavery was and continues to be insanely profitable for the United States. But because we did not pluck those weeds out, root and stem the weeds of slavery and racism, they are growing and they have overgrown the garden once again. And unless we acknowledge that that is what's happening and then use this opportunity to seek to pluck those weeds out of the garden once and for all, they will only continue to regrow in cycle. Germany was not divided in the way the United States is. Germany was united behind the Reich. We are not united behind Christian fascism. We are not united behind Donald Trump. We are incredibly divided. And because of that, there is a very slim chance of anybody making it out of this. There is going to be a massive power struggle because without the will of the people, this cannot go on indefinitely. What we are headed for is more than likely civil war. Because on top of that, you also have the fact that the United States simply cannot invade the United States. So that's another thing to contend with, but maybe that's a video for another time.
Woo, baby. Listen, hey, he hit that nail on the head with that one, didn't he? We knew that this was going to be the outcome. Unfortunately, without military units and without agencies that have raw firepower, such as the ATF, FBI, the three-letter agencies, NSA, ICE, demons, there won't be a civil war. What you're looking at more right now is an insurgency. But he is absolutely right. They are the South. They pay homage to the Confederacy. They pay homage to the...
Yeah, and I mean, something else too, that look at how they were so butthurt about like certain statues being torn down and like
right. Yeah, and that's why when people call them Nazis, I'm like, no, you guys know the Nazis learned this shit from the Confederate. They learned that shit from the slave people that did the Americas. Right. That's how they learned that shit. They didn't learn that shit by themselves in the 1930s. Oh, no. They had the playbook from the over here, you guys. We're dealing with the real ones. Okay. The real originators of all this shit. The Holocaust had a lot to do with us in the way that they was doing us out here in America. Okay. Don't get it. It's not the other way around.
I saw a video. I think it was, excuse me. Jon Stewart, when he does the Daily Show, and I think all the hosts do it, they'll do like a before and after segment with the audience and like talk to the audience. And somebody was asking him about just like comparing now to Hitler and stuff. And he's like, no, you shouldn't compare this guy to Hitler because Hitler was actually smart and he actually had a lot more followers than what like is happening right now. And it is true. There are obviously...
And it was organized too. So
there are obviously comparisons. But
it's a smaller mass of land as well.
I do agree with you, and I do agree with that video talking about it being like the North versus the South.
Grab a jacket.
And it's very true that this has been brewing for generations. I mean, and people think that it was just like the divide of the Mason-Dixon line or whatever, but I've lived in Pennsylvania my whole life, and I always would like ask myself when I would see people driving around with like Confederate flags and shit, being like, y'all know which side of the Mason-Dixon we're on. But it has been taught through like the generations. And that's why we're at this point now with like the Native Americans who are the originators of this land. Why those same white people who have been taught racism over and over, just go, their skin is darker. They're bad. Put them in ice. No, that's not how this works, bro.
Yeah, seriously. So, well, I do like that was brought up because I knew that, but it was just kind of a nugget of information that was kind of dug down deep. Yeah, this started from us, you guys. So, hey, what's up, Pitchy?
Well, and it never. People think that like once, and people think like, oh, once we freed the slaves, it all stopped at the end of the Civil War, but that didn't happen. I mean,
no, it just got embedded and continued.
It's like, oh yeah, we let them in this, at least in the South, a good movie to watch about some of that, especially for the women, was like watch the movie The Help.
I haven't seen that one, but I heard it was really good.
They do a really, or read the book. They do a really good job of just showing how differently culture was even in like the 50s and 60s, and just the way that it just makes you sad. Absolutely. It makes you angry, it makes you sad, but it makes me realize who I would be siding with during those times, and it wouldn't be the white people.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Yep.
Because I do have a bit of a time constraint, so I might have to cut a few things out, or or if Katie wants to continue the show on her own. But I don't have to leave it like hella soon or anything. So
you're dressed any better. Hey, your fly is down. You stupid even zip your fly up. Your fly is down.
Is that the Undertaker music?
Yes.
It's so small.
Why is it so small?
Are you a grower? I mean, if you're a grower, there ain't nothing wrong with that game, but I mean, the description kind of fits. Ice agent, small, you know what? Man, oh man.
Not that you're dressed any better. Hey, your fly is down. Zip.
Bonita,
put up the title of this segment again, just in case it is.
Bonita, you make me laugh. We love the Chappelle Show. It is Ice embarrasses themselves. But yeah, we love the Chappelle Show. Oh my gosh, the skit. Just a real quick tangent. The skit that he does as the blind Ku Klux Klansman is one of my. Oh, it's so funny.
That shit. These are some hilariously sad, depressing fucking clips. They're great.
Well, and then this one is this the Jake Lang one where he's like, I was lynched. If you were lynched, you wouldn't be here. Sir.
Oh, there are hella developments on this one, but I put this doc together a few days ago.
Yeah.
What's up, Pitchy? We see you, bro. But yeah, this is kind of what happened. This is the best footage I got. So go ahead and run this.
I'm glad we got some Chappelle fans in here.
Live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you guys. Jake Lang rallied. He only has about 5 people with him. I think there's some stuff going on over there, maybe. But in terms of like Jake Lang's thing, there's only about 5 people that came with him.
Stay out of their way, bro.
Do not assault us. We have the First Amendment right in this country. We will not be intimidated.
So this just happened. This is the white supremacist hate rally that people were pretty concerned about. Well, only about 5 people showed up, and they literally just now got run out of town. So remember, folks, MAGA has a bunch of bots online. They have no real organic support. Look at how many people turned out to protest, counter-protest these Nazis. They ran them out of town.
He's been advertising it since November. So I think the fact that
and look at him wearing some type like a military vest. Like,
and look, he walked away with his life. He just was scared to fucking death. That was all.
I was lynched. Shut the fuck up.
No, you was fine. You might have got a little cold up in there. You got heamed up a little bit. I did see it. but you left with your life. Renee,
Also, I think they
did
were.
not. But you walked away perfectly fine, unscathed. But
I think they
you
were
just
throwing
walked
like.
in and left a little bitch. That's what
I
happened.
think they were throwing like water balloons at him and shit. So Jazzy says
I hope that had urine in it.
He was there like a month ago, running around with Qurans. Well, Qurans wrapped in bacon, trying to set them on fire.
Bro. Come on now.
Military
Nobody
cosplayers.
takes you seriously. Nobody gives a fuck about what you do.
So maybe Army Vet can back me up on this. Something that really pisses me off about a lot of these MAGA asshats is they all try to act like they're so tough and they're such top shit, and they love the military and they love their country and they love God. But if you put them into military style situations that true veterans have been through, they would not be spewing this shit. And they would be the first ones to run away with their tails between their legs, screaming like little girls.
No, not like little girls. Little girls have more fucking
oh, that's true. I am so
vaginal fortitude.
Screaming like little pussies.
No, little bitches, little punk ass bitches, little boys. How about that? Screaming like little boys, because that's what they are. Little fucking punk ass little boys that ain't shit. Okay, that's what he is.
Army Vet says, "I can assure
Don't
you."
put that on women. Don't put that shit on the race of women.
I think that. But Pitchy says filling balloons with piss involves way too much playing with y'all piss. Well, also too, it would be nice and warm if they hit them in Minnesota rather than fucking.
No, we're gonna freeze it.
Yeah, so no, you just do water because it's so cold there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Apparently, he does all that and then makes GoFundMes.
Well, or you could get some gloves and then pee in a thing of snow and then make yellow snowballs.
Wow, we're getting way too deep into this.
I don't know. You know, I could get creative up in here. I wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do it, but it's just a suggestion. I don't even have snow here, so. But that's what I would do with snow.
This is just too much playing with piss. I don't know what that means. Army Vet says he needs a blanket party. I don't know what that means.
I have a few things that I think I could guess, but I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Bonita, I agree. My ADHD artist mind is also going nuts right now.
I want to. That's a good band name, Blanket Party.
Until we find out what it is.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but just off top.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's see some more embarrassment.
Okay.
Oh, can you pause it? Yeah. What does it say?
Something about an off-duty ICE agent being detained by ICE. And here's a Latina ICE agent lies to a man she says knows he is without legal status.
A ver, cuando entré al país tuve mi corte. Ya fue cerrada. Sí.
¿Y no te dijeron nada?
No.
Ok, ahorita porque estás aquí ilegalmente, no tienes nada de estar aquí.
Bueno,
ya
vamos.
revisamos todo. En tu caso, no tienes nada de como récord para estar aquí en los Estados Unidos. Ok, so ahorita te vamos a poner en detención, te van a procesar el caso de nuevo y de ahí van a decidir.
Vamos a ahorrarnos tiempo.
¿Ah?
Vamos a ahorrarnos tiempo.
¿Cómo?
Vamos.
¿Es verdad?
Sí, claro. Somos residentes los dos.
Ok, déjame revisar eso, ¿ok? Permíteme un momento. ¿Por qué no necesitas
Dame la tuya,
esta de principio?
¿Cómo?
¿Por qué no me...?
No, porque me pidió el ID y pienso que el ID también hasta la fecha esa, ¿sabes? Es legal.
No estoy diciendo que no es real,
No,
nomás estoy...
somos residentes hace rato ya.
Ok, nunca reportaste.
Okay. So basically, if you can't read the text,
Sorry, that was my niece and nephew, real quick.
they were talking about how they're not legal, but she was saying they weren't legal, but he was saying, no, we've been legal residents for a long time. Also, okay, so as soon as you mentioned Full Metal Jacket, pitchforks, I knew what you meant. There's a scene in, have you ever seen Full Metal Jacket, May?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's the scene where they hold down D'Onofrio with the blanket, and then they all start beating him. That's
and get his ass whooped in the blanket. Oh, okay, that's kind of what I was going towards. So
yeah,
I wasn't too far off.
Yeah,
I was thinking like a pinata.
If you guys have never seen Full Metal Jacket, it's a mind fuck. It's literally, I remember the first time I ever watched it, it's like two different movies in one, but it makes sense. But I remember I like went to the bathroom at the end of the first half, and I came back and I was like, wait, did I miss something? When did this change? But Stanley Kubrick be like that.
He do be like that. All right. What's next? Who else is embarrassing themselves?
Or just ice. Ooh, Benny Hill music.
Why you attack that guy just because you're embarrassed?
That's funny. Dude, so there's a bunch of videos like this. Just because of time, do we want to go to the next segment?
What's the next one?
Oh God.
Let me see. Because there actually, let me look, because there's one. In
you
here.
know what? We should probably show the Bavino.
Yeah.
Stuff. But that
Yeah.
Benny Hill, the Benny Hill music one gets me, because that's one of the first, as a saxophone player, that's one of the first solos I ever played.
Oh, that's fun.
Was Yakety Sax. That's what it's called.
That's cool. Always get to learn cool things about Katie, hanging out with her.
I think I was in like 6th or 7th grade.
That's what's up. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that?
I did. All right. Let's see. So it says, oh boy, that's a lot of words.
If you're happy with what's going
Look how they stop and like they pose and then they start walking.
Oh my God, I just noticed the jacket. It really is like some.
Yeah.
Look at Bovino over here. Oh yeah, we've done our survey. Let's fucking load her back now.
Like literally.
You don't have to be these people.
He walking around looks like.
And so basically what happens is like they pose, then like there's an angle where he goes, and then they start walking like they're starting to roll the tapes. It's ridiculous.
They're trying to get like reels. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too. He doesn't wear a mask because he's proud of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
He literally looks like Christoph Waltz.
He thinks he's fucking cool.
He looks like Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Basterds.
Okay, we can skip that one.
I think we should go to this one next.
Which one?
The one where they're talking about her wife.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We have some serious news right now. The Trump administration has launched a criminal investigation into Renee Nicole Good's widow right now. According to NBC News, federal officials are now investigating whether or not the widow of Renee Nicole Good impeded a federal officer, impeded ICE, moments before Jonathan Ross shot and killed her wife in Minneapolis. They're now going after Renee Nicole Good's wife, and it's happening right now. They're looking into whether or not she has, quote, ties to possible activist group. They're not looking at Jonathan Ross's conduct at all. So the ICE agent who shot Renee Nicole Good, not being investigated for murder by the feds. But Renee Nicole Good's wife is now under criminal investigation by the Justice Department into whether or not she impeded Jonathan Ross. This is very significant, folks. And people need to know about this, not just in Minneapolis, but across the country. Because remember, the Trump Justice Department is refusing to allow Minnesota investigators to investigate Jonathan Ross. And instead, they're investigating her wife as we speak.
That's fucked up. They doing the same to Don Lemon on some dumb shit too. These people are unserious and evil. Okay.
I just
I don't even know. But we see the whole shit on camera. Like, investigate what, bitch? Like, what is there to investigate?
Because she made fun of him being fat. Like, that's
maybe y'all need to be investigated. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is the upside down.
The fuck?
It is the upside down, absolutely.
Get to investigating, bitch. Ain't nothing over here. What do you fucking mean you gonna investigate me for?
Let's do this.
Dumbass bitches. Here's another one that got attacked. We didn't even want to do it today, but
let's do this one and then end this segment.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, no, we need to show at least one of the
now activated the state National Guard to assist state and local officials and law enforcement there. The question, this is what people have been wanting him to do something, to be strong. Now, here's the thing. Will Donald Trump take those National Guard members and federalize them and then use them against the citizens of Minnesota?
Oh, that's not the one I wanted.
That would be the next move. We'll see if that happens. But this is still a developing story. We're on our way to Minnesota, and I will keep you updated as soon as we get more.
That was Tim did the National Guard. Still, I ain't really seen any National Guard. Where they at? Still haven't seen them, but we'll talk about that later. I thought that was a whole different clip. But whatever. Let me just finish up. I won't show the clips. I might just save them for like a shorter thing or put like a short and talk about it in that way. Because I'm running out of time and I do need to go over to my friend's porch kick it for my friend, who I need to go to her memorial. But anyway, ICE is going to be deployed again in LA. And then also Philadelphia is their next stop as well. And I heard one other place and I forget.
Well, I think it's San Diego.
San Diego, but
in
Southern
Philly,
California.
Yo, you do not want to fuck with Philly right now. Eagles are out of the Super Bowl.
Dude.
Eagles are out of the Super Bowl.
Actually, you know what?
Flyers are sucking.
They will cordially invite you. Let them know where you gonna pull up at. Okay?
Well, no, so in Philly, I've seen things that are like, you don't want to fuck with Philly because the Eagles lost in the playoffs. Flyers and Sixers are sucking.
That's what I said.
And Philly, the Phillies haven't started yet, so they're angry. And
they want your problems. They say, "Hey,
I know that I've been seeing all over that Black Panthers are in Philly, ready to go.
Or they just gonna run across a angry sports fan and get fucked up. It is not easy to pull up to a place like Philly. I'm gonna let you know that shit right now. Just
And
on
the
a
police-
regular day, don't think you just gonna pull up on some people in Philly and think
And
you
the,
just gonna walk out, bruh. That's what happened in Oakland, because they was like, oh, we about to bip all they converters out their car as soon as they pull up. It take these people like 5 seconds to be like, "Yeet," and unhook your whole car.
They
And
beat
run
up.
off with your whole shit.
Listen. In Philly, they beat up Santa for fuck's sake. Like they don't care who you are.
Yeah.
And their police in Philly have been very active in saying like, we are not going to put up with this, and I believe them. So we'll see.
I'm sure they'll be there for like 5.5 seconds, and then they're gonna be like, never mind. These might look crazy. We're gonna leave now. Bye. Thank you. Okay, that's what's gonna happen.
I didn't know you were there, Jazzy. I love San Diego. It's beautiful there.
I love SD. That's one of my favorite places in California.
She says she said they're gonna regret that down here if they show up. San Diego has already been running them out good. They'll come here for their photo op, yeah.
And San Diego also has like a huge military base, by the way.
Oh yeah. So
if you really want to like do all that. But anywho, let's keep going because I do have to kind of get out of here.
The Trump files.
I want to make it extremely clear that every single member of Congress in this building behind us that does not support impeachment and removal now is complicit in the demolition of American democracy.
Yep.
This is on you, Congress. Yep. Every single thing that Donald J. Trump and his illegal cabinet and cohorts do is on you.
Yep.
Because guess what? The Constitution empowers Congress to remove a tyrannical president. Yes. And this courageous congressman standing behind me, who has become my friend, Representative Al Green, should not be standing alone. It is obscene and ludicrous that he has been the only member of this body to be willing to file and force an article of impeachment up until this time. Where are the rest of you? I want to.
Hello? Anybody there?
Hold on.
Thank you.
But seriously,
These people are exhausting. Like, are we really just sitting around just like looking at this shit and just like not doing anything?
Dude, this next video, oh my god, this shit pisses me off. Hold on.
Oh, is this a Nick Fuente?
No, it's just one about Dems literally saying like, oh, we need better rules for ICE. Nope, get them out.
Oh God.
Calling to abolish ICE, or worse, talking down on those who are, has proven they will not meet this moment and need to fucking go. Because we have already made this mistake before. After the Civil War, we let slave owners stay in power. We abandoned Reconstruction. We pardoned Confederates. And then we let them start wearing white hoods and writing laws that would keep Black Americans subjugated for another century. After the Civil Rights Movement, we let white supremacists and segregationists stay in power. We let them find ways to undermine the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. Then we let them use the war on drugs to over-police and brutalize Black and brown communities. And of course, after January 6th, we let a man who tried to steal an American election and led an insurrection on the Capitol to run again. Trump is the result of centuries of white supremacy in the United States that has never been stamped out. When we finally make it out of this, we will once again be in a moment in American history where we have a chance to finally act, or a chance to fuck it up again. That requires our elected leaders not making the same mistakes of forgiving the unforgivable. Any Democrat refusing to...
Yes, oh my god. I am so sick of listening to Cory Booker and Chuck Schumer being like, we need to reevaluate the rule. No, fucking get rid of it. We have to stop pussyfooting. They are not going to do anything to help any of us. They are all trying to cover their asses and fill their pockets with money. They don't give a fuck about you or me or any of their fucking constituents. It is such bullshit that they just sit there going, well, maybe if we let this one in, he'll do the right thing. It just pisses me off.
Am I rubbing off on you, Katie?
Yes, you are. It's either that or just my hormones.
Oh, we soul sisters. Yeah, that I was like, okay,
Jazzy.
Katie, I see you.
Jazzy says, Corey, I can stand and talk long and hold my pee, but that's it, Booker.
Damn, why you doing like that?
That was jazzy. That was good. I like that.
Yeah, damn. Sheesh.
Actions speak louder than words.
You know that damn that one. I
Yes.
wish we had that one. We need to get that one.
Ooh, I will put it on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Okay. Unfortunately, I do have to actually start winding down. I already covered our last segment, our next segment last night. So you guys can check out the live stream last night when it's all about the Molly Sky Brown stuff. It's all about all of that. Unless Katie, unless you want to cover it, I can dip and then you can take the rest of the show.
I can do a little bit more.
Okay, cool. All right. Then let me sign off properly then, and then I'll hand it over to Katie. I do need to go to this thing, and I want to go see my people. I really do. But yeah, thank you guys so much for understanding that I gotta leave early. I just gotta go see and do some morning with some friends, and I have pictures and stuff to share, and we're gonna go smoke weed and drink beer and sing songs. We're gonna go. When I was a young boy, my father took me to the city to see a marching band. Y'all know that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna sing some Mike Kim, some Fall Out Boy, and eat some tacos. So yeah, I gotta go be with my people. I love you guys so much, and I'm gonna leave you in the good hands of Katie, and she's gonna take the show. I'm gonna hang out backstage, but I love you guys so much, and I'll see you later. Okay.
So I love Francesca, and I am excited to hear what she has to say.
Terrified right now, not going to work, unable to sleep because of the paramilitaries on our streets. Well, don't worry, because Democrats are going to stop this nightmare.
No, they won't.
By introducing piecemeal reforms. Mark Kelly and Ruben Gallego have very boldly introduced the Stop Excessive Force in Immigration Act. The act proposes a series of reforms, including mandatory de-escalation training for ICE officers and limits on the use of certain weaponry. Cool. People are being blinded right now with less lethal weapons. So Representative Richie Torres, however, is introducing legislation to make all ICE officers wear QR codes. Oh, good. So we can read about their ingredients while they're shoving our faces in the pavement. Daddy issues. Unaddressed PTSD. What about Cory Booker? He wants agents to wear body cameras and ban the hiring of anyone who's affiliated with hate groups. Thanks, buddy. Did you know ICE is a hate group? That's like banning pedophiles from Epstein Island. This is the point of it. In all seriousness, there is one Democrat who has introduced legislation that seems to have the right idea, and that is a man named Shri Thanadar of Michigan, whose bill is called the Abolish ICE Act. And it does exactly what it says. And that, my friends, is the only legislation we care about. Are you terrified right now?
Right. Like, oh my God, these people. Oh, I had mentioned it before. Like, these people are just saying, oh, let's do less of this and less of this. Like, bro, how much more evidence do we need that they don't care? You can pass all of the bills and all of the amendments and all of the shit you want. They don't care. And guess what? They're not going to follow it, even if they do. Like, he doesn't care what there are not three branches of working government at this point. He doesn't give a crap what the Supreme Court thinks. He doesn't give a crap what the House and the Senate think. he would rather live his life by talking about executive orders. The last guy is the only one who actually does put forth good things. He was the same one who put in impeachment papers months ago. I've seen him. Yeah, he's been pretty active. And you know what's funny about the ones that are like especially active in, you know, impeachment? Most of them are, well, most of them are not white. They're not white. And they're the ones that are trying to take the charge here. Oh boy. We've got a little bit more to talk about just because. Aaron Parnas, hardest working man.
If a major Epstein files update, the Department of Justice in a late night filing just argued in court saying that a court has no authority to adjudicate or enforce the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And they did this super late at night so that the American public wouldn't know about it, but Midas Touch actually caught this court filing as an exclusive. So spread the word. So here's what happened. Representative Ro Khanna, Representative Thomas Massie in the past week filed a letter with the Southern District of New York, the judge in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, and said, you need to appoint a special master, an independent monitor, to go through and determine whether or not the DOJ is complying with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Well, tonight, the DOJ just responded, saying that the federal court lacks the authority to enforce the act and that Khanna and Massie don't have standing to essentially recommend an independent monitor. In short, the Department of Justice's position tonight is that no court can enforce them, can force them to produce the files. And everyone needs to know about it. They did this so that happened while people were asleep. Spread the word, follow for more.
Most of what's happening, if y'all, I know Mage said she talked about it in her live that she did. There are other people starting to come forward. Excuse me. There are other people that are starting to come forward and share their stories just with other journalists. Like we've talked about Sasha Riley, and he is currently not living in America and sharing his story. And one of the things that has made both of us very mad about all of that is like there's still people out there going, well, if this is true, if this is what really happened. No, we have to stop that mantra of like, well, what if this did happen? No, it did happen. And the reason that you don't even try to believe people is why we are in this predicament. And it is just, it's so frustrating. And Amazing Lucas is going to talk about, Nick Fuentes.
11-year-olds, because that's the one of the youngest people that Epstein was accused of messing with. And he wasn't like, bro, when we talking about 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, he's talking about, it's all about, sexual maturity. That's what it's about.
Now, you can have your opinion and your taste and your ethics and your morals, but after the age of 14, that is past the point of sexual maturity, just period, biologically.
What?
And I'm just like, he then goes on to say that, the Catholics, all right, the code is that, hey, 14 for women, 16 for boys. But this whole concept that, because of society, that's why we can't go back to the good old days of 14-year-olds getting married to men and 13-year-olds and 11-year-olds getting married, right? This whole concept that society is poisoned people, okay? Because we're all about promiscuity. That's why we can't have these marriages. And you start to see a pattern that they then want arranged marriages, right? They big up in arranged marriages. And it all comes down to that these mofos is sick. They're part of the lineage of evil. That's why they don't want women's rights. That's why they don't want that. That's why they don't want women to vote. They want women to be nothing more than, I guess, ovens for children, bro. They want them to be birth factories. That's it. They don't want them to talk. They don't want them to learn. They don't want them to know anything except recipes. That's what a good faction of this white right want. They're sick in the head, fam. They are sick in the head. And
I cannot stand.
Girl.
What?
Girl.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to dip out. I was just getting ready, but girl.
I would. Oh my god.
What the fuck? This is what we doing now? This is why these people they need to come out with this,
Why?
because they're gonna start to try to make this shit normal.
Like, women, if you are with somebody that Bonita says Netflix has literally covered groups like this too, sharing the info about these horrible thinking people. Yeah. If you ladies, if somehow you are listening to this and like women that are married to men who think like this, there's help out there. You can get out of this. You don't have to live your life like this. I like oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
For myself, I like to think that, you know, even though I'm lucky enough to be married to an amazing man, and I have a beautiful daughter and another one on the way, like that stuff is my choice. It's not shit that is like forced on me. And I am always going, I may not be the most like feminine female out there, but my goal as a mom is to be, you know, to be there for whatever my daughters need and to show them that women can do anything a man can do and usually do it a lot better.
And another thing is, Katie, is that like they just want to force children into the world, but one really important thing about it is like the child needs to be born out of like love in a loving environment and shit, you know, to be successful. But they're they don't give a fuck about how anybody feels.
They're not pro-life.
That's how that works, right? Like otherwise you end up with a whole bunch of Voldemorts running around. You know what I mean? Like if y'all don't know, and the reason why I bring up Voldemort is because he was conceived through a
love potion.
A love potion. So he wasn't conceived out of like love, and so that's why he couldn't experience it. And I think that's kind of deep. J.K. Rowling, you can go fuck yourself. But I love Harry Potter, so I'm gonna remove myself from that. But yeah, it's actually very much so important to like having children and stuff and bring them into the world. You can't just bring them into the world and then abandon them and leave them loveless and shit. You know,
I mean, you can, and people do it unfortunately all the time. But
yeah, and then actually they bring them in. Like, look at what Sasha Riley said. He said that he was adopted
literally
just to be trafficked.
Yeah, so I want to address what Dally Oops has said because I was going to bring this up too. Unfortunately, this is a sore topic for me. I'm so sorry. But 18 is young enough. Brains aren't fully developed until 25, and that is absolutely correct because there are a lot of things that like I still look back at the time between when I was like 18 and 25, and I was like, was I really an adult to make some of those?
And tell you like know that this is a safe space to share anything anytime. Like know that we are comfortable. You are in a safe space to feel and share these things. Like we want to honor you guys and all of that. Like that is not something that we want to make. We don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
We hear you.
But yeah, okay. Now I really do have to go. I was just putting on my shoes and it gets a little funny over there. And you guys have a good rest of the show. I'm out of here. Thanks, Katie.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Love you. And we love you too, Dally Oops. So let's keep going and see what more we got here.
And it gets worse because he goes on to talk about, hey, this is the reason for the low birth rate.
So if a man and a woman reach the age of sexual maturity in their teens, we're telling them you have to wait 10 years? And what? They're going to be chaste that whole time? What are they going to do for those 10 years? When are women most fertile? It's not at 28, I'll tell you that much. And we wonder why we have a fertility crisis?
Brother, The reason for the low birth rates is that men can't sleep with 11-year-old girls? Is that men can't marry 15-year-old girls? That's the reason for the declining white birth rate?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
White women, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell y'all. I thought we had it bad, all right? I thought, with the racism, with the police brutality, with anything, I thought we had it bad. I did not know y'all had it this bad. The reason why the marriage is dead is mainly in many cases for these white women is because the man is gay or the man wants to transition. Okay, they'll be in it, like I said before, they'll be in a 50-year marriage and then all of a sudden wake up and like, ooh, I think I want to be Becky today. I think that's what my name should be. I think it should be Becky. I feel like a Becky.
Thanks,
I've always
Belina.
felt like a Becky ever since I was a child. Now I'm going to be a Becky.
I love the like who is this little weasel of a human being to say like, oh, women should do this and women should do that, but he has literally gone on camera saying like, well, oh, I'm not gay and I'm a virgin or whatever. Bro, it's pretty obvious, and it's very obvious why no women would want to be anywhere near you. Like, I also don't know like how who birthed him, but something that I will die on this hill of, none of these people are pro-life. I am so tired of hearing, stop killing the baby, stop killing, and like, I'm a mom, I'm pregnant. It's that, like, it was never about that. It's all about control. Because once that baby is here, if they are not white, rich, and a male, they don't care. They don't care. Once they're here, if they were pro-life, they would give paid maternity and paternity leave, free childcare, free healthcare, and help all of these things instead of literally shoving women back out into the workspace. And it's just, oh my gosh. It's just so frustrating. Like, if you have a miscarriage, they classify it still as an abortion if you need a DNC. If you have an ectopic pregnancy, they can classify it as needing an abortion. And these people just don't have any idea. They don't care about science. They don't care about data. They don't care about research. All they care about is running their stupid mouths and having control. And I'm so tired of it. Yeah, I would love to know what his mother thinks of this, because the ironic part is I'm pretty sure he's half like Mexican. So it's like, bro, if your people ever find that out, they're coming after you. These little men with these little dick energies, I just cannot stand it. But we got some fun little exit messages for you guys to kind of keep the hope alive, because that's all we can do sometimes at this point. Oh, look, little kitty. Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Follow us for.
That's so cute. Kitty says, I want to pray and sing too. Right? That's adorable.
Warming hearts all over the internet. A man in a waiting room holding a stranger's sleeping baby after the mother struggled to hold the baby and fill out paperwork at the same time.
I felt good, especially after he like sat down and we started talking and stuff. It felt right.
Joe Hale says the gesture of kindness, liked over 1 million times on Facebook alone, was just instinct for the grandfather.
I didn't care if the baby was black, green, purple. It didn't matter to me. I do all children that way.
Natasha Wilson captured the heartwarming moment.
As he held the baby, it was as if that was like one of his kids or one of his grandchildren. It was really a touching sight, something I've never seen anyone do before.
The baby's mom, Jade West, says in times like these, she's especially thankful for the kindness of strangers.
It feels good because, like, you see so much bad stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it feels good to see something positive for a change.
And West says she's a single mom, so she's used to doing everything by herself.
Oh.
She says that made it especially nice to have someone offer an extra set of hands.
Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. Yeah, that's a grandpa right there. And as I'm not a single mom, but I've had to take my daughter to like appointments by myself. And I love when people who have never been a parent are like, oh, but it's so easy. You just have a little baby. All they do is eat and sleep and poop and cry. No. Especially when they get mobile and they never stop once that happens. So don't. I may. So like, don't. I think she's walking dally-oops. So like, don't come at me with any of that. Y'all don't. But good for that man. Because babies have like a sixth sense. And they also know when they feel safe. Like they can read people pretty dang well. I'm just saying. And then our last one here. Oh. That was adorable. I would just like to point out if I took my daughter, who's 3.5, to something like that, you can bet she would be on the floor like that little guy shaking her hiney. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, we have to find these moments like this where you do find the joy in things, because it's so hard to find joy sometimes. And just before we end out, I've got, of course, the lovely Trump action tracker. And we are almost up to 2290. Because, oh God. I'm very tired of this. And for those of you who, are kind of new to the show, or if those of you think, oh, you guys just going on tangents about millennial things, it helps us get through this crazy time when we think of things that just, things that just make us happy and things that can still bring joy to us, because it is very tiring. And I know May has said it, and I say it too. I am so grateful for this community, because when May and I first connected, at that point, with everything going on, I thought I was losing my freaking mind with all of this. I thought I was so alone in this, just wondering, why is everything so weird and messed up? And I'm just so thankful to have this, to have you guys in this community. And I may not be as vocal sometimes as May is. She's much better at being on screen and talking than I am, because I'm way more of a behind the scenes, figuring stuff out kind of person. But I'm very grateful for all of you who watch us and that our community is growing. So definitely, share it with people. Share people you love. Hell, share with people you hate. They might even get educated. You never know. So anyway, that's our show. May is obviously not here, but thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Email us, send us messages. We're on Substack, obviously YouTube, Instagram, and all that fun jazz. May and I are Lemon Legends who go on the Don Lemon Show. So love you too, May. So, keep up the fight. You're not alone in this. Be around those you love. So we'll see you guys on Thursday.
All I said was there's evil afoot.
Evil!